To all our safety patrollers, Jeff said make sure you study hard on math. You too one day can be given an external auditor report. Think about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Now, I have a feeling that many of you are here for the next presentation. So we would like to welcome up Dr. Podesta and Ms. Roby to give our opening of schools report for our elementary school. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. So glad to be here tonight. I'm here with Mrs. Roby, my assistant principal, and I'm here with some very special leaders in our school who have been sitting so patiently. I'm so proud of them. So if we could just get my presentation up on the screen, that would be, what do I have to do? Do I have to do something?
Apparently Maureen has to log in. I don't know, Dan. This here? No. I didn't know it was right there. Sorry.
There we go.
Fantastic. I didn't have it memorized, so thank you so much. So we are here to give our opening of schools report for the elementary school, and the theme for our district this year is resilience. And resilience meaning bouncing back, being strong, persevering, showing our strength, and learning with every opportunity that we can. Some of our guests recognize the picture that's up there from our opening of schools picnic, thanks to our PTA with the bubble bus. And we had our Putnam Valley Education Foundation friends there, and we just started strong. And I am so thankful to say it's been a very, very smooth start to a wonderful school year. And so, like I said, we're studying and thinking and focusing on the word resiliency throughout our district this year. Being resilient allows us to adapt to change, grow from challenges, and solve difficult problems, which we try to do every day. Resiliency leads to confidence, strength, knowledge, and power. And so we as a student community will be talking about that, but as a staff all the time, overcoming challenges and trying to get better at what we do. So, as I said, we had perfect weather throughout September. We actually saw some rain today, but the weather has been amazing for outdoor recess, a wonderful welcome back picnic, our kindergarten bus run, our kinder camp, and so we've just been enjoying the beautiful area that we live in and welcoming our new community members. We also are about to welcome this superstar, and so the students who are here tonight got the first view of Mason, and I can't tell you how excited we are. So excited for Mr. Goffman. Thank you to the foundation, thank you to the Board of Education, Dr. Luft, and as he said, thank you to Jackie Levine, because when she sets her mind on something, it happens. We also want to thank Blue Path. I'm excited to be a secondary handler myself. I'm going for a little day of training. I would have taken the dog, but I have two at home, and that's good. I know Jackie would have taken the dog, but she has 4 at home, so that wasn't going to work. But we're all going to fall in love with Mason, and we're excited to grow with him. All right, so right now I'd like to say that the elementary school is so fortunate to have clubs and opportunities available to our elementary students. And we have the gym show every year, we have the marathon running club new this year, we have the Science Maker Club where we do the science fair, and then even to the Tri-County Science Fair. We have an Earth Helpers Club, we have a PVES musical every year. Last year, we started the Sign Language Club, and this year, there's even going to be a fishing club. So some of you are in the Safety Patrol Club, led by the coordinator, Mrs. Melissa Keeler, and if I could have our safety patrollers come up and stand right alongside me, that would be wonderful. Melissa Keeler, would you come up too? Thank you. And I just want to thank the parents who brought your students here. I'd like to thank the students who are here in their safety belts. leading the way for us. And I'd like to note that it's a little late, so you have to go home right after this part and then go to bed and get ready for tomorrow, okay? But I will say that these are people who could come tonight because their schedules allowed it, and they are in the fall session of the safety patrollers. Mrs. Keeler will tell us how many safety patrollers we have in the 4th grade. This is just people representing the fall session, right? And they're going to be able to introduce themselves soon. But Melissa Keeler, would you come up? She's a teaching assistant and club extraordinaire. She's also a teaching assistant mentor in our building. I don't know where we'd be without her. And she'll tell us a little bit about the safety patrol. Thanks.
So the Safety Patrol was originally organized by Mrs. Odell prior to COVID. It is run through the AAA organization, and it was originally situated for the school districts that didn't have busing. So children walked to school, crossing guards needed an extra hand or so our safety patrollers would then be out with our crossing guards out in the streets. And we're fortunate enough in Putnam Valley where we have busing, and I like to joke at PVES, we have valet parking. So we do our safety patrol, our safety patrol posts in the building, thank you. So in the building, they are stationed in every kindergarten classroom, and they're stationed at all major intersections of our hallways to help any student who's maybe new to our building or a kindergartner who doesn't know where they're going. They are the first person that they will see, our first responders. Each one is assigned a different post that lasts for 2 weeks. Then we have a meeting and we talk about what's working, what's not, and we change up our posts. And then we can talk peer to peer about, hey, I help Mrs. Sullivan organize her folders in the morning, or in the afternoon, I help Mrs. DeMay put up the chairs, things like that. They're always our caboose of our kindergarten line, because kindergartners are still learning how to get on their buses in an orderly fashion. So as long as we see our safety patroller, we know we have all of our ducks in a row. And this is actually season 1 of season 6 of our safety patrollers. When I first started, we did do fall, winter, spring, and summer. Each post lasted 3 months. I started 5 years ago as a coordinator for the Safety Patrol, and it has grown in popularity. And it's all because of them. They're wonderful, they're great in the classrooms. We work on leadership and how we speak to one another and friendly reminders to walk in the halls. And out of 106 4th graders this year, we have 77 safety patrollers. Wow. So every 6 weeks, there'll be a shift into seasons, and then they go from there. But I really, really thank all of their hard work and dedication to help our youngsters be safe in the building. Thank you.
Safety Patrol was my favorite thing.
And thank you to Mrs. Melissa Keeler, who has 77 students in her club that she's running. So as you know, in the elementary school, the 4th graders are our seniors, right? So they are the role models, they're the example setters, they're teaching others how to behave safely and to keep others safe, and we really, really appreciate their leadership. So they're each going to be able to say their name and their current post. They know what their post is right now. So I'm going to start down here, and then we can work our way. So all you have to do is say your name and your post, okay?
I am Nash, and my post is the front hall.
Thank you.
I'm Charlie Cannon. My post is the 3rd grade stairwell.
I'm Anthony Chulo. My post is at the front hall.
I'm Ricardo. My post is in the classroom.
I'm Matilda, and my post is at the buses.
My name's Bella. My post is at the auditorium.
My name is Luca Antoinette, and my post is at the cafeteria stairs.
My name is Elijah Barbezzo, and my post is also in the classroom.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Carly. So we're just going to gather very quickly before these kids leave and just take a picture with Mrs. Keeler right here. So come in front. You really made an effort to be here tonight, and I appreciate it so much. I don't know if you came to see the dog or what, but. Okay, go ahead.
Great job, guys.
If you guys want to stay for a minute, the parents can. Do you want the parents take a picture? Or you guys are good?
We'll share it.
All right. All right.
Okay.
They're like, get us out of here.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you
you
all for
so
coming.
much, everybody.
Thank
See you tomorrow.
everybody.
Thank you.
And I would like to say again that it was Katie Odell who brought this program to our school. We didn't even know a thing about it, so it was before the COVID year she brought it to the 4th grade, and Mrs. Keeler has been keeping it alive every year, and we really appreciate it.
Outstanding.
So this year, we also get to welcome our UPK out in our back modular, which has been so exciting. So we have 2 full classrooms of pre-K students who are joining us through the YMCA. They are just fantastic. I get to see them at fire drills usually because I'm in the back field, and let me tell you, they have nice, straight, quiet lines. It's very impressive. They have really just blended in already. You almost don't know that they're there throughout the day. Their drop-off and pickup times have been pretty seamless, and we look forward to welcoming them to more things such as Picture Day that's coming up, from fire safety lessons, the book fair, and many assemblies throughout the year. So we're really excited to have them and just to be able to integrate them into our building more and more. This summer, I say it every year, I am in awe at how the elementary school does not stop over the summer. It is the busiest school I have ever seen, and I just love it. There's not a single day that's quiet in the elementary school during the summertime. We're fortunate enough that we were able to house the ESY program this summer, so we had students in for 6 weeks of the summer on a daily basis, which is always so fun. There was the Summer Reading Challenge, where every week students would visit with their reading logs to show the reading that they had done. They get to collect their weekly prize, and then they turn in their log at the end for the big trophy if they were able to do it all summer. We had our Summer Boost Week, which is so fortunate. Not many schools are able to invite students in to kind of remember what school is like over the summer, and that's really just so helpful for all of them. We were able to have our kinder camp and welcome some young students in to get adjusted to school before it even started. Our kindergarten bus run and orientation is always a blast. We had our kindergarten back to school night again for parents. That's so special. They get to go in, see the classroom, meet the teacher before day 1 so they know where their babies are heading. And then we got to welcome our new students to the school and give them a tour and get to meet them and their families before the year gets going, so they feel a little more comfortable as well.
And I would just like to say, I'm not sure how many years we've been running this Kinder Camp program where children come in for about 3 mornings. We're getting to know them for the first time. But I do want to especially thank the Board of Education for that support. I do think it's been about 10 or 11 years. It's a unique program, but it really does help our students, and it actually helps our teachers too. So thank you. And of course, many of you were able to see the bus run where parents are coming, putting their babies on the bus for the first time, waving goodbye and trying to hold it together. And actually, it went very, very well this year. So that was seamless as well, and another beautiful day. Many of you know that we have a really nice new look in our cafeteria. If you take a look at our tables with all the colors, we have a new tiger table in the middle that we're very proud of, and I'm not sure who gets to sit there yet. We'll have to find out. And some real first grade cuties with the last name Hernandez up there in the middle. But this is really a beautiful, bright, happy space for lunch for the children. Of course, this multi-purpose room is used by the Children's Center, it's used by the PTA, so it gets a lot of activity. And we thank our custodians, head by Ray Renzo. This summer, so much work got done. The floors, the walls, the trim around the doors, and the building just looks beautiful. It really does.
We have so many great learning opportunities for our students. as you can see here, these whiteboard tables, we were fortunate enough to add quite a few to our building this year. Something so simple really makes a difference with some hands-on learning. Here, the children can write with their dry erase markers right on the table while they're working with their teacher. They don't need any separate materials, and just the act of writing on the table is really fun and engaging for them. We have Chromebooks for students. We have multi-sensory magnet tile boards. We have all different flexible seating for different students. And really just so many interactive ways to engage them throughout the day. So we're fortunate to have that opportunity.
So as we look at what we were focusing on for challenge areas or growth areas last year, I will say that we had a very, very successful year, but we really looked continuously at scholastic literacy. It was year 3, looking at our ELA program, looking at our ELA station rotations and centers in the classroom, and especially at our small group instruction, which is a focus of scholastic literacy, so that students work in small groups with the teacher. The rest of the class is working on independent work, reading, computer programs, and there's rotation going on. So the teacher really gets to focus in on the differentiation. This explicit instruction is directly in line with the science of reading, and so that was a focus for us, and we're proud of the work that we're doing. Heggerty began in K through 2, and just a year ago, you may remember, we had students here with Mrs. McCarty demonstrating the Heggerty program focusing on phonemic awareness. And I will say that our K through 2 teachers are seeing the difference in spelling and decoding using that as an addition to our ELA. The RTI process is very refined in our building. I thank Mrs. Roby. She's always updating the forms, the referral forms, the follow-up forms, and that's response to intervention, looking at how a student who's been given some kind of intervention in the classroom, maybe in AIS, how are they responding to it academically? So that data is very carefully organized. It goes along with the MTSS program. And I'm just proud of the work that we do as a faculty looking at students and their growth. The science lab last year became a very popular place with Ms. Frost, with the teaching aide in there, working with the teachers, really looking at the new state exams, but especially for grades 3 and 4, the hands-on investigations. So that was a challenge for us. The first year, last year, we hardly talked about it. We just did it, and the students are performing, and it ties in with the science fair, and of course it ties in with the entire Science 21 curriculum. The library book exchange started last year with Mrs. Medina, exposing the children to the language of Spanish. And so we didn't have Mandarin last year, but the children, all the classes are going on a regular basis for book exchange, looking at literacy, looking at research, looking at the books that we ordered and filled the library with last year. But they're also learning Spanish while they're in there. So it's 2 for the price of 1, right? And just fantastic. And I can't say enough about Mrs. Medina and all that she does. And last year, Mrs. Burdett led the way as a literacy specialist in our building with the use of the writing revolution, really looking at writing instruction. That work continues this year. We made huge strides last year looking at the growth, and we have teachers this year saying, wow, what happened last year? And so when that happens, you know something is really working. And so we're really excited about that writing instruction.
And just to go along with that, our curriculum is so strong in every single area. We have Eureka Math, which our students do just so well with every single year. Scholastic literacy, as Dr. Podesta said, that really has that whole group instruction with comprehension and exposure to nonfiction and different cultural texts, as well as those small and explicit instructional groups and rotations. We have the Foundations program, which is that multisensory that really targets the phonics for students, and then the Heggerty that picks up the phonemic awareness. We also use WordlyWise in our older grades, and that's our vocabulary program, so they're exposed to higher level vocabulary words, and they're learning the different meanings and synonyms and how to apply those words. Science has been going strong with Science 21, and our social studies ELA through BOCES has been fantastic. We also have our social emotional lessons where our counselor Mrs. Kildoff pushes into every single classroom on a rotating basis to teach those social emotional lessons. And this summer, she was able to meet with me, and we were able to connect our monthly theme to the work that she's doing, so it's all aligned even more.
So not only were students in the building all summer, so were the teachers. And so we had different committees, but we also had grade levels and departments work throughout the summer. So we never really said goodbye to the faculty because they kept coming back, which was wonderful. We began right away looking, as we always do, at our master schedule. That is a schedule that we're so proud of because it maximizes learning opportunity for students. We really use that iBlock for intervention, so if a student leaves for reading or speech or occupational therapy support, they are not missing new content in the classroom, but the teacher can use that time to work with other students in small groups or individually. So this master schedule, we take into account all of our special education needs, our specialists, lunch and recess, and all of the teacher contract pieces come together to make a schedule that really works for our learning community. Our K-12 writing committee met with Mrs. Levine. We also met as a writing group ourselves in the elementary school, really looking at that K-12 writing rubric, which you'll hear more about this year, but that work is coming along really well as we focus on writing instruction. We also have the beginning of a literacy curriculum review committee where the state is suggesting, not requiring, that every school really take a look with a multi-grade level team to look at your literacy teaching and see if there are gaps, see what strengths you have, see if there's anything missing. So we have a wonderful group of teachers who came together. We met with a consultant from Southern BOCES specializing in literacy, and we started this work. This is big work. It's heavy duty, digging into all your materials, documenting what you find, and not just filling out a checklist saying, we do that. So it's also leading to wonderful discussion of teaching literacy and how well we do with it and how we can continue to improve. Our grade levels meet throughout the summer. They work on their summer curriculum writing with artifacts that they can show you what they've created, and whether it be assessments or practice for students or direct teaching for small groups or large groups, they've been doing that. And our departments as well, whether it be art, music, the clinicians, they meet and they produce their artifacts with their summer work. So, as I said, we met with a consultant for the Literacy Review Committee. We're just getting started with this work. We actually met with our elementary principal group at BOCES today, and we're kind of on the cutting edge of doing this work. However, there were some schools that had started it. Our consultant was Liz Brines. She offers so much knowledge in this work, and so we were lucky to have her come. She'll probably visit us again. It's through BOCES, so she's available. We have a multi-grade team. We're using the Reading League framework, which you can Google and see what is required when you do a literacy review. And if there are gaps, we try to fill those gaps. And in fact, we make sure we fill those gaps, whether it's handwriting, spelling, vocabulary development, all of that. And yes, let's give credit where credit is due, and that is the amazing faculty that we have. I'm so thankful for the positive culture and energy that we have in the building. It's a supportive learning community. There's great communication, strong grade level teams, strong department teams that work together and are ready to learn, ready to grow. We have very strong teacher leaders in the building, so the social capital in the building keeps us going. We learn from each other with turnkey trainers, and it's good to have fun. Let's see if this, nope. Are my videos not going to come up?
Not this one.
Okay, we'll see if the other, I really hope the other ones do. You know what this was? You've seen it before anyway. It's teachers dressed up in big balloon costumes, but it was worth it to take another look. It was so great. Because if you ask this staff, hey, does anybody want to wear a balloon costume? Does anybody want to, dress up for Halloween or, lead a sing-along song? You always get people, and it's just wonderful. It's so great for the students.
Along with our faculty, we have amazing community connections here in Putnam Valley. Coming up next month, we have our First Responders event, which an email went out today, I believe, for anyone who wants to participate and visit the school. We also will have our fire safety lessons, which have been scheduled, which is always so fun, and the students just love going outside and looking at the fire truck and getting to explore. Our community read is always a big hit. We have members all throughout the community who come and they get to go visit different classrooms and share in some read alouds. Our springtime planting was fantastic this past year. I have to say, I cannot believe what the front of our building looks like. If you have not been there lately, please come check it out. The flowers are still going strong. They are beautiful, and that was such a fun time. We had Irish step dancers visit the school last year. For 2 years now, we've had Wings Over Water providing dry swim lessons to our students, which have been amazing, along with additional assemblies and guest readers throughout the year. And our Flag Day is always so much fun with the school gathered outside by the flag post.
And within our community, we really make an effort to connect with our parents, because the parents play an enormous role in all of the work that we're doing on a daily basis. So everything from parent conferences to our close collaboration with the wonderful PTA and PVEF. We have collaboration with our local library, with a woman who came and actually did read-alouds in our library groups last year. We've already had our back-to-school nights, which were extremely well attended. Last year, we had our ELA parent workshop, and we always hold ELA nights. We'll try to have a math night as well, ENL nights for families. We hold a springtime reading academy, and I thank the board for that as well, because children in grades 1 and 2 who could use a little extra boost in the morning for a few weeks in May, we used to call it March Madness, can really make a difference for that extra reading focus. Classroom events where parents come, grade level shows, and there'll be a few more of those than usual this year, so we'll just get ready. And of course, the moving up ceremony, which people cry, people cheer, and it's just a beautiful celebration. So this year, our building steering committee will be meeting again, but I'm very happy to say, with maybe the change in schedule, we're going to do it a little earlier in the afternoon. I now have 8 parents signed up to attend. We have teachers from every grade level. We have administrators attending, a Board of Ed member attending. And so that work will develop with the agenda being developed by the committee and needs that come up. I just want to remind everybody that 2 years ago, our building steering committee created this QR code where you could log on to a welcome document and find all of the information from the school to the town to local sports to Parks and Rec and special ed questions and calendar questions and lunch menu questions. So we tried to put everything in there. It was a lot of work, but it was very well received. And so we'll make sure this goes out again, that it's updated for this year, and that questions are answered as they come up from our parent community. So our school year is not without challenges or growth opportunities. There's always more work to do, and so we don't rest over the summer either, because these questions come up. We had a long list all summer of things just to remind our parents about, our teachers about, and just what are some things that will present some challenges while we are being resilient all year, right? So how can we always continue to improve our school community and culture? A big question, are we meeting the needs of all of our students? Students who receive academic intervention, students who come to us speaking a different language and from a very different culture at times, people who, students who are in the RTI process. We continue to meet with them and discuss them. Are we doing all we can for them? And is what we're doing effective? Are we making sure the IEPs and 504s are meeting the needs of those students, and are they shared accurately with staff? So these are challenges that most schools have. We're not going to say we don't have them. These are real-life school questions. Are we connecting strongly with our entire parent community? We focused a lot on communication. Is our communication as effective as it could be? Are we using our data to inform instruction? We focus so much on data and growth and progress. Is it directly affecting instruction enough for our students? How can our instruction continue to strengthen that? Are we providing high-quality writing revolution instruction at all grade levels? Is it everywhere it should be? Is it being done with fidelity? Do we need more professional development? So these are real challenges. And then the next one, a new one, how are we integrating our new UPK friends? And how can we think of schedule changes? How can we think of inviting them into our volunteer fire department day and our assemblies for our younger students? And that's not a challenge, it's kind of a fun thing, but it's new to us. And sometimes I'll schedule something at a certain time and it's so new, and I'm like, you know what, that time's just not gonna work because that is dismissal time for UPK, or that is when they're at lunch. So, you know, we're all growing, but we welcome this challenge. Our focus areas for this year then continue to be the writing revolution work, K through 4, literacy review that I've talked about, and making sure that we totally understand and are using the science of reading. Always small group instruction and what we can do with that, whether it's a table you can write on or a piece of paper or a laptop, but we want to make sure that we're looking at that small group instruction. iBlock and the instruction that's happening in the classroom during iBlock is extremely important to us. Some children may leave for very specific reasons. The other children in there are getting instruction at that time that is not new. It could be enrichment, it could be reinforcement, it could be review. The science lab planning continues to be a focus. We're giving support to our younger grades as well, not just 3 and 4, so we're excited about the hands-on science. You can see the chicks appeared in the spring. What a hit that was. That's also thanks to the Putnam Valley Education Foundation and Mrs. Bross, who took care of those baby chicks. Computer-based testing is a focus area. Last year we started with grade 4. This year it's grade 3 and 4. And keyboarding for students is a focus for us that we're already acting on this year, which I'm excited about. Character education and SEL lessons are always a theme. Carly and I will be meeting with the grade levels once a month. There's a book theme that Carly will talk about, and so that is also an opportunity for us to grow. And we can always improve the RTI process, even though I feel like we could actually almost teach a workshop on it, but there's always room to get better.
What's keyboarding?
Keyboarding, typing. Yes, and you'll get to see a picture, yes. Here we go. So right now our schedule allows us to provide extra support to the classroom teacher with faculty members who are available to support students with the typing program the children are using. We want our children not to be hunting and pecking with their fingers, because by 3rd grade they are typing paragraphs on a state test on a keyboard. And so we're trying to provide that support to them so that these children are on phones and laptops really young, way before they come to us. But we want to make sure that now we're not only teaching handwriting, we're actually helping them with their typing skills. So this is already started. Once every 2 weeks, they really get time to direct instruction and practice. So this will benefit them. For our enrollment this year, if you take a look, our total number is down to 512, where it was 530 last year. But our kindergarten is a nice, healthy size. They came in at 107 students, so we have 5 sections. We're very happy about that, plus our Achieve and New Horizons students. We have 86 students in 1st grade, so that's our tiny little grade, and that's 4 sections. 96 in grade 2, not a large grade overall either, with 4 sections. We have 113 3rd graders and 110 4th graders. Last year we had the 6 sections of 4th grade who went to move up to fill up that middle school nicely. So this is where we are this year. 4 sections of 1st and 2nd, 5 sections of the other grades. And I just want to give a shout out to the teachers and the support staff and all of our teaching assistants and teacher aides that we work with every single day. We work with a great team, and we love working with them. We have grade level coordinators who help lead the way for their teams. We have monthly professional learning hours, and staff members step up to teach us, to turnkey information, and to help us grow. We have our RTI, or Response to Intervention team, where we really look at the needs of students. Data teams meet quarterly to look at how the students are doing, progressing, and making strides with the instruction that we're providing. The BERT team, of course, is the building response team. Crisis team, we meet regularly. We practice all our drills. We analyze what we do and go over it again and again. We have our building steering committee that is taking off soon and will meet several times throughout this year, but I'm excited about the attendance of that committee this year. And of course, the Education Foundation and the PTA. We need them both, and we thank them. Our academic data, by the way, is looking very good. And so this I don't say lightly, because there's a lot of work that goes behind this. There's a lot of talk about instruction. There's a lot of talk about resources. And yes, there's a lot of talk about the schedule and how we're meeting the needs of our young learners. So let's take a look at this. This is ELA, English Language Arts, and this is our elementary school, the percentage of students reaching 3 and 4, as compared to the BOCES, Putnam Northern, Westchester region. So you can see our 3rd and 4th graders compared to our Putnam Northern, Westchester region is quite strong. We're looking very good compared to these schools. We're not trying to beat anybody, we're just trying to be the best. Here's our math, also looking very strong. You can see how high our kids are doing in 3rd and 4th grade. 3rd is the purple, 4th is the gold. And the region is a little lower than us, you know, but we're using great instruction, great supports, and we're really using our Eureka Math, which has proven to really help us. We've changed our math data over the years drastically. A little different comparison is when we compare to Southern Westchester. So Southern Westchester, usually data is extremely strong. This is where we are compared on average. Putnam Valley on the left, 3rd and 4th grade in ELA, and on the right, the average, Southern Westchester. We're still looking very, very strong, very positive with the work that we're doing. Do we want those numbers to go even higher? Of course we do, but we're really working and looking and seeing that what we're doing is proving to be successful. Math, same thing. This is compared to Southern Westchester BOCES districts, Southern Westchester schools. So I'm just proud. I'm proud of the teaching that's going on. I'm proud of the professional development support we get as a building. I'm proud of our teachers who come to our staff meetings and professional learning hours and really take in the information and then make it happen in their classrooms. And that's a lot of skill behind that and a lot of preparation. So this is to celebrate. So we are. Okay, Carly.
So part of what's so important and helps with this data is the content across all different areas. So when we have special area teachers, such as in PE, who are able to integrate different ELA or math topics and content into their specialized areas, it just makes all the difference. Students recognize that something isn't taught in isolation and it's applied throughout their lives. So throughout, whether they're writing a response when they're in an innovation lab and they're utilizing the writing revolution strategies, or they're in PE class and they're using something that they've learned in foundations to be able to build these words, it just makes all the difference having them be able to apply things throughout all the different areas.
Brand new in our building this year is our first 3D printer, which I knew very little about, but Miss Carilli is working with this 3D printer she was able to buy with her art budget this year. And she is explaining to the students how this works, where they're creating real objects that they're holding in their hands. And she was so excited. If you look at the picture down at the right, the 3D printer put hair on the object, and the students are going to be making their own little characters, which could easily tie to literacy, it could tie to themselves. But this is brand new to our school, and it's going to start with fourth graders. So those little safety patrollers will be using the 3D printer and learning all about that, and then connecting to what happens in Innovation Lab. So this is really innovative and exciting, and I have everything to learn about it, but it's wonderful. Our library is alive and well. As I said, Miss Medina, our library aide, really welcomes the children in, speaking in English and Spanish, exposing them to new literature in there, poetry, research materials, and she takes it upon herself to decorate like 6 different bulletin boards every season. It's a very welcoming place, and that is because of the effort that she puts in. If you look at these pictures, these are creations by students who volunteer their recess time to read books and participate in book conversations and book clubs with Mrs. Medina, who decided on her own she's running book clubs during recess. And so then it turns into artwork and creations, and you know, she's going above and beyond, and it's worth noting the effort she puts into this position, above and beyond what was even asked of her. And I have children coming up to me in the hallways already this year saying, when do the book clubs start? So that's about reading, that's about loving reading and loving being in the library. So that is really wonderful.
So as we mentioned, we've been focusing on our character education quite a lot. Every month there is a different theme, and along with that is a school-wide read aloud. So every single student in the school is hearing the same text that connects to the monthly theme that we're then discussing in those community meetings that Dr. Podesta and I hold with the different grade levels. Along with that, students are receiving with their class Tiger Paws. So when they have great behavior in specials in the hallways, teachers will give them a Tiger Paw. And when a class collects 25, we announce them on the loudspeaker in the morning, and they get celebrated, and usually they get to pick a little celebration as the class. We're also continuing to build our culture activities through various assemblies, in the morning announcements, classroom lessons, the SEL lessons that are pushed in, those monthly meetings, and throughout all our vocabulary. So here are our monthly themes for our character education this year. We started off with positive thinking, and we go all the way through to June, where we are reflective. October, we'll be focusing on friendship. November, gratitude. December, being responsible. January, having self-control. February, focusing on kindness. March, determination and perseverance. April, problem solving. May, being proud. And again, June, being reflective. And again, this summer I was able to meet with Mrs. Kildoff, and we really combined different monthly themes with her lessons and the books that are being read throughout the school, and some special days to celebrate with maybe a Wear Orange or a Wear Blue for more awareness days throughout the year as well.
Yeah. Our middle years program uses a lot of these like similar words, like reflective. Have you ever thought about incorporating those to make it like a smooth, like a transition to get into the middle years program?
We haven't fully dived into that yet. However, Mrs. Kildoff came from secondary, so she has a lot of that background and experience, and with what the different SEL competencies that she needs to teach throughout the year. So we really focused on connecting those so far, and as we continue, that's a great area to go.
Perfect, great, thanks.
So I just want to thank Mrs. Sillery in our office, who puts up beautiful character education bulletin boards in our cafeteria. So that helps brighten our cafeteria and also teaches with the character ed. Okay. Where's Alex? Alex is with Mason. Okay. You know what? So last year we had the pleasure of having Tom Chapin come to an assembly. And this was thanks to Kara Hess's dad, Mark Weiss, who really made an effort to bring him to us at no cost. And it was unbelievable. And so this video, I'll email it to you, but at one point, Mr. Chapin stood up on the stage and started singing This Pretty Planet, and the children in grades K through 4 led the way with the song. It was so moving. Over 500 children start singing his song, This Pretty Planet. He stopped singing and just played his guitar. It was gorgeous. And that was, for, you know, as principal, these are my babies here, and it was kindergarten through 4th grade just singing in their beautiful voices, and Mr. Derlin makes such a difference, and he had taught them that song, and he gets them to sing like the angels that they are. So this would have been really nice to listen to, but I'm going to email it to you because it was a moment in time. It really was. Okay, and I also had the helicopter landing from last year's first responder, which was also a moment in time, and thank you to Dr. Luft for making that happen for us. But the helicopter really landed on the front lawn, and you know, we also had stations that just spontaneously occurred with first responders who decided to spend extra time in our school, and classes were just rotating to different first responder stations, one of them being a therapy dog. There was an ambulance outside who said, hey, the kids can visit, and it was just a beautiful day. So the magic happens, and we are now taking off into a whole new year. Go Tigers, we're so proud, and when these magical moments happen, we can't forget them because we work hard every day, and these students just amaze us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does
Just
anybody have any questions?
2 quick comments, and maybe this borders on a wish list, but 2 things I would love to see happen. That your 4th graders have a special devoted strictly to Spanish as a language, to bring it down there. I know that would involve hiring extra staff, but we should think about that when budget time comes around. I think that is so important. Spanish is such a necessary language today in our country, and the more people who can communicate bilingual, I think that's an amazing thing. And at 4th grade, they could grasp it so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, and I think this is possible, hearing how our reserves are, that we renovate that library, which was part of the plan for our capital projects, but I think that needs to go forward as quickly as it can. I don't know when it would be done. School's in session, you don't want to disrupt that. But that should be on our agenda, Dr. Luft. The library is important, and you know, I walked in there the other day, and it's beautiful, but there is so much that could be done with that space. You know, that big desk area, remove that, make there's just so much.
Yeah.
So those 2 things I'm thinking of as budget approaches.
Yeah, we can certainly look into it.
Thank you.
When I think about the elementary school in Putnam Valley, my brain sees rainbows and sparkles and unicorns
And bubble bus.
and bubble buses. And I say that with all of the joy in my heart, not only as a fellow colleague, but as a mom of 3 children now who have gone and are going through that building. My kid is excited about going to school every day.
Right.
I was sharing with Dr. Podesta earlier this year that she wasn't able to make it to kinder camp because she got sick. And wow, did mommy hear all about why she was not allowed to get on the bus to go to you know, the little summer boost camp that they were having for the incoming first graders. And so thank you. I know wholeheartedly how much work you do behind the scenes, the both of you, that no one ever gets to see. 40 slides that don't even represent probably one day in the elementary school. So thank you so much for the care, the consideration, the thoughtfulness that goes into every decision made. When Dr. Podesta talks about milking the schedule for every minute that it's worth, she really does. The portfolio that you all have worked on as far as literacy and what it looks like to experience literacy in the Putnam Valley schools is tremendous. The science of reading is represented, balanced literacy is represented, making sure that our kids are falling in love with books is represented. I mean, it's just gold what you have created. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you both. It was very
Okay.
informative.
Thank you.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
really impressed with your the testing against the PNW and the SNW.
Thank you.
I just want to give you congratulations for that. It's wonderful.
There's so much
Thank
that
you.
goes
It's
behind
great.
that, including your support and the resources and the teachers and all they've taken on. So thank you so much.
You have great staff too.
Yeah.
So I just want to echo many of the thoughts that were already shared by the board. It takes tremendous leadership and a tremendous amount of dedication and time to make all of those things possible. And I agree that represents a small fraction of what happens in that building on a daily basis. But really a huge thank you to you guys, your leadership, and certainly every single staff member in that building that comes to school every single day looking to love and care and teach children, which is what happens in that building every day. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Student reps, did this bring back any memories? Did you see any pictures of hallways or stairs?
100%, yeah. It's like deja vu.
Yeah, bend the microphone towards you. Yeah.
It's really
Otherwise,
nice to
it
see
won't
because
record.
those are good memories, so, yeah.
That's good.
Did all three of you go through the elementary school?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, did it make you a little homesick?
A little.
Yeah. You're doing good things now, though.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday, honestly. It's like, goes by so fast.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
It's true.
Well,
Thanks
thank you
a
so
lot.
much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent.